Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, I basically just wanted to echo what your last caller said. I also, calling Trump and Vance weird just seems like an off-key note to me. I agree with, I know, you've pointed out a lot of his bad calls. Tom Friedman has made some really bad ones.
Yeah.
He's also a guy that travels the world and talks to leaders behind the scene and people in the street. And he says that, and I agree with him from the people I know in Eastern Washington. I'm in Seattle now, but people are going to take offense to that. They're going to feel insulted. And,
Do you really care,
feel
Bill?
insulted by elites. Huh?
Do you really care?
I do care. I do care. because
You
I
don't
think
want to
it's
hurt the
counterproductive.
feelings of Trump followers? Honest to God?
I want them to they're going to react by hardening their position.
It seems to me like weird is a whole lot less severe than calling him a rapist.
How about calling him just corrupt?
Well, he is a rapist, though. I mean, he has been adjudicated by a jury of his peers as having raped E. Jean Carroll. I know. Absolutely,
he is a
fraudster. He is a con man. He's been found guilty by a judge of being a con man. I think weird is a soft and friendly way of characterizing all that stuff.
It is, but again, it doesn't really relate back to people.
And what kind of party puts a guy on the top of their ticket who's been found guilty of rape, who's been found guilty of tax fraud when you're supposed to be running a country, who's been found guilty of insurance fraud, who's been found guilty of real estate fraud, who's been found guilty of robbing students? And had to pay $25 million back to them. What kind of party puts somebody like that on the top of the ticket, except a very weird party?
I agree with everything you've said. I don't think it's. I think it's weird, but more than that, it's corrupt. And corruption's going to take money out of the pocket.
Here's the deal, Bill. We have been calling him a fascist. We've been calling him a threat to democracy, and he loves it. He quotes it. He cites it. He puffs up his chest. Yes, I'm a tough guy, and they're afraid of me. You call him weird, and he gets upset. He freaks out. He does not like to be called what he actually is. I mean, the guy's got a comb-over so huge, it's like a rat's nest on top of his head. When, according to his daughter, when his hair is down, it's down below his shoulders.
That is so funny. I agree with you.
He's got orange makeup all over his face all the time. I mean, the guy is weird.
But you're saying things you're saying things to make him react. Why don't we say things to? I say things to make people in swing states and people, blue collar workers that are moving towards Trump, to make them react and see what a grifter is.
Ridicule is one of the most effective ways to take a person down. It's one of the most effective ways to diminish a person's standing in the eyes of others. It's what Donald Trump used against his opponents in the primary. He had little Marco. Marco's a foot and a half shorter than Donald Trump. He had low energy Jeb. Jeb, likes to be thoughtful Trump had his version of weird, and he successfully used those words, those phrases. He called Carly Fiorina horseface. He had his versions of weird for each one of those people, and it took them down. If weird is going to take Donald Trump down, I'm all in favor of it.
Okay, I don't think it's going to take him down. I say call Trump a corrupt and call Vance an elitist. He was born on third base by virtue of the exquisite wiring in his brain, and he thought he hit a triple.
Well, he grew up in the suburbs of Cincinnati.
The guy was kicked to the front of the. Huh?
And he also grew up in the suburbs of Cincinnati and calls himself a hillbilly. I mean, there are limits. But Bill, we're starting to get redundant here, so I'm going to move on. But thank you for the call, a thoughtful call. I appreciate that.